Guys, it's getting to the point where I am starting to struggle and trying to figure out what is more consistent. The fact that I keep going 8-6, or is the 6-7 meme just that diabolical and it needs to come to an end? What will happen first? Let's find out. What's good, YouTube? It's Zach, and today we got NFL Week 15 predictions. I'm joined by the one, the only, the Cringy Gamer. What's going on, bro?
Hey, what's going on? We're back again with Week 15. It's coming down to the wire here. Will I pull off this amazing comeback, or will I have a generational downfall like the Colts? We shall see.
Bro, I mean, the Indianapolis Colts, we're going to get there in a second, bro. Shout out to Phillip Rivers, bro. I was still in high school the last time Phillip Rivers played NFL football. We're going to get into that in a second, but obviously you have to go over our 3 games. Starting things off on a high note, for the first time since TV was first in color, the Minnesota Vikings shut out a team after being shut out by Sam Darnold. I think it was the first time it's happened since the 1992 Broncos. Yeah, I don't know what the heck happened between J.J. McCarthy. That 9 personality came out, and let me tell you, I was happy to be wrong about this game, even though, first off, 35% of the people picked the Vikings, so, me and Cringy weren't completely in the dark on this one. We kind of thought that the Vikings were cooked. But, Cringy, what are your thoughts on the Minnesota Vikings last week?
Oh, man, that was very – it means we're very shocked to see that. Even if the Vikings could get the win, we thought that it would at least be somewhat a close game, that both teams would be scoring here and there. But just an absolute shutout by the Vikings, that is very unexpected to see. But, hey, man, it's a good win for McCarthy and the Vikings. I don't think it's still going to help their playoff chances, but that's okay. My team ain't either. But that was a very huge win for the Vikings.
Don't give yourself too much slack, man. The Miami Dolphins is coming into our next game here, coming off a pretty big win themselves. Dude, the Dolphins out here just stringing some games together. Yes, it was against the New Jersey Jets, so we don't have to look at the length of the opponents they're beating. But they're 6-7. I think if they win out, they are going to make the playoffs, but they have a pretty tedious schedule coming down to the wire. And I believe they have Monday Night Football, so make sure you stay tuned to the end of the episode where we make our predictions on that game. But cringy, the Dolphins, they're ripping out games right now. Tua Tagovailoa, is he over his December flaws, bro? What do you think?
I think he's playing a lot better. I think in the past 2 games, I can't remember. I have to check the Jets game, but I know the previous game for the Jets, he didn't throw no interceptions. He hasn't been throwing any picks, which is really good because throwing picks can be definitely detrimental in a football game. 21 points up in the Jets. It was the first quarter of the game. I wasn't able to watch it, sadly, but I was very happy with what I was seeing. I think they are playing a lot better offensively-wise, but, yeah, we do have a tedious schedule coming up, but hey, man, we could pull off a Miami Miracle like we did a couple years ago.
And the final game that we're going, speaking of miracles, the final game that we're going into, we have the Houston Texans going into Arrowhead and knocking off Patrick Mahomes and the Kansas City Chiefs. I said this at the end of the last week's episode, and I truly do mean it. The winner of that game probably gets the last spot in the AFC wildcard. Even if the Chiefs win out, dude, I think they need some help now because they have the tiebreaker over the Texans. I think the Jaguars are going to be sneaky up in there. I know the Colts are technically still there, but who knows what Phillip Rivers is going to do. Shout out to him, the grandpa, literally. Cringy, is this just more about the Texans going in there and taking care of business, or is the Chiefs dynasty over as we know it?
I think it's a little bit of both because I remember at the start of the season, the Texans it seems like definitely their defense has stepped up big time, winning big games now. And I think we see a stat check that this will be the first time in I don't know how many years, but Chiefs held the first in their division, which is absolutely insane. They've held first in their division for so many years. I think it's been both. I think the Texans are stepping up big time from when they started, and I think the Chiefs, they're just in a bit of trouble right now.
Yeah, just off the top of my head, I'm pretty sure it's since 2018 since the Chiefs haven't appeared in the AFC Championship game. That's actually ridiculous. Shout out to Patrick Mahomes, but the odds of that happening this year are very slim to none. And let's get into Week 15 predictions from here on in. All 16 games will be predicted. Cringy trails by 6 games. Will he catch up? I don't know. Let's take a look. Thursday Night Football, we have an NFC South showdown between the Atlanta Falcons and the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. The Falcons are just proving to be the Falcons. Raheem Morris for sure getting fired by the end of this year. Michael Penix Jr. is hurt. Kirk Cousins still is the most overrated quarterback, at least paid in the NFL right now. And then you have the Buccaneers who are winning the division, not because of their great play, cringy, because they're in the NFC South where you have the teams like the Saints. Yeah, shout out to the Saints. I think they ended up almost getting a win last week. I can't really recall. And then, they beat the Buccaneers, right, 24-20. Kind of funny. But Thursday Night Football, if the Buccaneers don't win this game, cringy, I mean, it's just going to come down to who loses the least amount of games out. I mean, 8 and 9 could win the NFC South this year. I'm going to go with the Buccaneers here. The Falcons kind of don't really have anything to play for. They've already been eliminated from playoff contention, even in this garbage division. And then, yeah, Buccaneers get the win here, hopefully trying to steer the ship around. Cringy, what do you got?
Yeah, I'm gonna go with the Buccaneers, but you might call me crazy, but I actually have a little tough picking them because Falcons, like I said, they want to win games when they shouldn't be winning games. Also, like I said last week, the Bucs struggled against the Saints and they lost to the Saints. Shout out to the Saints, I guess. But I mean, the Falcons like to pull off some pretty crazy wins this season. They have done it. But I am gonna go with the safer pick. I have more faith in the Buccaneers than the Falcons.
I will add on, bro. That's the first time this season you didn't predict a Saints win. I think you might be getting washed, my friend.
Yep.
Heading into Sunday, we have the Cleveland Browns taking on the Chicago Bears. The Browns. Oh my God, bro. My stepdad's a Browns fan. Put an APB out for him. Taking a loss to the Tennessee Titans. Absolutely diabolical. The Titans only have 2 wins on the season. That's 1 less than the Browns. And then you have the Bears, dude. I mean, Bears, they played really well, but don't try telling a Bears fan that was a moral victory against the Packers. They still lost to the Packers, meaning like the Pope is not pleased. But Bears are going to get a nice bounce back here. If the Bears lose this game, it's time to start sounding the alarms, but I don't think that's going to happen. I do expect Shedeur Sanders to have a really good game here, but Bears will come out on top. Probably a score of like 24-20. It's like that score prediction for some reason, but yeah, give me the Bears. Cringy, what do you got?
Yeah, I gotta go with the Bears. I think, like I said, I think you said it perfectly. It's gonna be a nice bounce back win. I mean, losing to the Packers is one thing. They got a really good football team, but I mean, it's the Cleveland Browns, so you really shouldn't be losing to the Browns when you got a pretty stacked roster for the Bears. Yeah, this should be a relatively easy, but who knows? I mean, Browns it'd be a crazy upset for them, but I think the Bears have this one.
Is it one of these 3 Browns wins against your Dolphins, bro?
Yeah.
Up next, we have an AFC North showdown. I almost forgot. We have the Baltimore Ravens taking on the Cincinnati Bengals. The Ravens, dude, you guys, they literally had it against the Pittsburgh Steelers last week. They would each take it to like, you can go get the win. No, you can get the win. And Aaron Rodgers was like, all right, I'm going to go get the win. But no, on a serious note, bro, Lamar Jackson, what are you doing? And then you had the Cincinnati Bengals who, I mean, they're 4-9. I think the chances of them making the playoffs are literally non-existent. Even if they win out, cringe, they finish 8-9. Unless somehow the Steelers finish 8-9, the Ravens finish 8-9, it's like a crazy 3-way tiebreaker. That's the only way Bengals are getting in, but I don't see that happening. Give me the Ravens getting the win here. Even though the Bengals are at home, I originally did have the Bengals, but I was like, no, the Ravens need to win this game, or I'm officially out on them. Give me the Ravens. It's going to be a high-scoring affair, 38-35. Baltimore gets the win. Kurji, what do you got?
Yeah, this is a very quick rematch because I don't know if you remember. I'm pretty sure you do, but 2 weeks ago, both these teams played, and the Bengals BTA the Ravens about 2 weeks ago. But I think the Ravens will get their vengeance, get their payback this week against them. I think they get the job done. I think it'll be very close because they had a blowout shootout the last time they mashed up. So I think this will be the same situation. But I think the Ravens will come out on top of this one.
Jeez, this game's not going to be fun. Up next, we have the Los Angeles Chargers taking on the Kansas City Chiefs. The Chargers, really big win over the Philadelphia Eagles. They're kind of on the quick turnaround since they just played on Monday, so only 6 days rest instead of 7. And then you have the Chiefs. I mean, we kind of said it. They're a win and in type situation against the Texans. I am going to go with the home team. I really don't want to. I'm going with the Chiefs to get the win here. I just have some weird suspicion that Mahomes is going to, because he has his worst game of his career, I believe, last week against the Texans. Literally, I think he had 3 or 4 picks or something diabolical in there. Chargers are still really banged up, but don't count out Justin Herbert. He has a broken left hand, but he still willed his team down the field against the Eagles, who arguably have a top 3 defense in the league. Give me the Chiefs. It's going to be very ugly game. Probably like 19-17 final score. Chiefs win. Cringy, what do you got?
Yeah, this will be our first split. I did go with the Chargers getting the job done, but like I said, I think this will be a very close game. These are 2 teams that are just they're all just banged up. They're struggling on both ends, but I think Chargers will get a squeaky against the Chiefs. But I can see this game really going either way in a sloppy victory for either team. But I'm going to go with the Chargers getting this win.
Dude, these games are not getting easier. Up next, we have an AFC East showdown between the Buffalo Bills and the New England Patriots. If I'm not mistaken, since the Patriots, if they do win this game, they go 3 games above the Bills with 3 games to play. I do believe the Patriots clinched the AFC East with a win this week against the Bills because, I mean, they'd have to because even if they tied, the Patriots hold the head-to-head tiebreaker. Dude, I went back and forth on this one too, and it appears that way for the people as well. Bills are slight favorites to win this one. And the people agree 54% to 46%. I am going to go with the Bills to get the win here. It's going to be very, very interesting. They're playing in Foxborough. Josh Allen doesn't have a good record in Foxborough, thanks to one guy named, Tom Brady. But, you never know if Tom Brady might come back with this whole Phillip Rivers charade, bro. So who knows? But, yeah, give me the Bills to get the win. It's going to be, medium scoring, 31-24. I do think the Bills will win by a touchdown, though. Cringy, what do you got?
Yeah, this is, like I said, you can't really hate here, man. These games can go either way. They're just really good. But I did end up going with the home team, the Patriots. Drake May's having a really good season. The Patriots overall just having a really good season. Their offense, defense. But Bills are also pretty good. Bills have definitely had their down games for sure this season. But, they're still a really good team. I think this game can go either way. Not much more can be said. But I am going to go with the Patriots getting a squeaky, easy, not an easy win, a close win.
Oh my God, bro. There's no way there's more than 5 people watching this game. Up next, we have the Washington Commanders taking on the New Jersey Giants. The Commanders, they just got skanked by J.J. McCarthy 31-0. That is all. And then you have the Giants, who have been, the Giants, just finding more and more ways to lose football games, whether it's literally missing kicks or Jameis Winston throwing it to the other team or freaking Jackson Dart coming in and out of concussion protocol, head coach firings, running back injuries. This Giants team has it all, and that's the reason I'm going to go for, bro. I'm going to go with the home team. Give me the New York Giants. I believe in them a lot more than the Commanders. I tell you what, if the Giants played the Vikings last week, I think the Giants would have beat them. So that's my ruling behind it. Giants win. Cringy, what do you got?
Yeah, I'm not going to lie. Seeing the last week performance from Commanders, I think it's definitely made my mind for this game. I did also go up with the Giants. Commanders has had a really pitiful performance against the Vikings. Put up no points whatsoever. I would think the might have some vengeance, but I think Giants still get this win. And to be honest, this is probably the first time I picked the Giants in a long time. But yeah, give me the Giants to get this win against.
Up next, this should be an easy pick 'em, but it's not. You have the Las Vegas Raiders taking on the Philadelphia Eagles. The Eagles, bro, it's like they're trying to give the Cowboys the division right now. I think the Eagles are on a 3-game losing streak. And then you have the Raiders. Geno Smith is terrible. Kenny Pickett has small hands. Ashton Jeanty, 6th overall, is looking like one of the worst draft picks in recent memory because the Raiders have so many more glares on their team. Pete Carroll is somehow older than Phillip Rivers. Dude, it's just nothing going on in Las Vegas right now other than the casinos. Give me the Eagles to get a nice bounce back win here. If the Eagles lose this game, it is time to panic. It's time to fire Nick Sirianni, the offensive coordinator. It's time to sell the team. There might be wildfires in Philadelphia if they lose this game because this is being played at home, so it's in Philadelphia. If the Eagles lose this game, that'd be kind of funny. I can't predict that. I don't know if any sane person can. 98% of the people are picking the Eagles for a good reason. Give me the Eagles. Cringy, what do you got?
Yeah, man, I gotta go with the Eagles, man. It's just the Raiders, man. There's not much to say, man. Like I said, there's not much going on in Las Vegas. It's fine to lose to the Chargers and some other teams, but losing to the Raiders is a different meaning of time to panic for sure. But yeah, this should be a pretty easy win for the Eagles. But yeah, the Raiders game, yeah, like Zach already said, it's time to panic if you're an Eagles fan.
Up next, we have the easy pick'em of the week. We have the New Jersey Jets taking on the Jacksonville Jaguars. The Jets. Cringy, I'm just going to list the quarterbacks that played for the Jets so far this year. Justin Fields, Tyrod Taylor, Brady Cook. I think Breece Hall played a snap at quarterback. I don't even know who the starting. I know Tyrod Taylor's hurt. Is it Brady Cook getting the start against the Jets pass? And then the Jaguars getting a much needed win against their division rival, Indianapolis Colts, who we're going to get to in a bit. Jaguars win this game. Okay, it's kind of the same bonus as Eagles, bro. The Jaguars lose this game. But then again, they're kind of like the Falcons of the AFC, bro. They'll lose games that they should not lose. And give me the Jaguars. I might place a sneaky $10 bet for the Jets to win this game outright, but I can't predict that for this series here. Jaguars win. Cringy, what do you got?
Yeah, I got to go with the Jaguars, man. I think that's another team that's definitely turning their season around for sure. They had a really good start, and then they had a little bumpy middle of the road there, and then now it seems like they're getting back on track. And it's the Jets, man. They should get this easy win, but it would be very hilarious if the Jets pull off this immaculate win.
And the final game in the 1 o'clock window, we have, oh my goodness, the Arizona Cardinals taking on the Houston Texans. The Texans, by far, have definitely the best defensive pass rush. They have a really good secondary. Best defense in the NFL. I don't even think it's particularly close. CJ Stroud is finally starting to do some game managing things that reminded me a lot of those 2015 Broncos, Cringy, where Peyton Manning couldn't throw the ball more than 10 yards, but Von Miller and that defense carried him all the way to a Super Bowl championship. And then the Cardinals, they are just in shambles. Marvin Harrison Jr. is hurt. Kyler Murray's most likely gone after this year. Jacoby Brissett, even if he puts up 300 yards, cringy, they can't win a game. It's kind of funny. Give me the Texans to get the win. It's not even just because the Texans' offense is particularly outstanding. I don't think the Cardinals are scoring 10 points, bro. Texans win. Cringy, what do you got?
I gotta agree, man. Easy win for the Texans. The Cardinals, like you said, they're like kind of like the Falcons. They just got nothing to fight for, really. I mean, yeah, they got a lot of banged up players. I mean, they're 3-10. They're already eliminated from playoff. I mean, there's just no point. You might as well just try to get a good draft pick for the next season. Yeah, this should be an overall easy win for the Texans.
We are now heading into maybe the most stacked 4 o'clock window in NFL history that I can remember. We have some amazing games along with a bad one in this window. We have my game of the week, the Green Bay Packers taking on the Denver Broncos. The Packers, you guys did it. You guys shut up the Bears, at least for a moment, because they do have to play one more time this year in Soldier Field. Jordan Love had a really ugly interception, but other than that, dude, Micah Parsons having a career season. I think the Dallas Cowboys could use someone like Micah Parsons, to be honest. He's an absolute game wrecker. F you, Dallas, for that again. Thanks. And then the Broncos, just proving to win one-score games. I don't think they're going to lock up the AFC West because the Chargers are still winning games right now. But Broncos do hold the 1 seed in the AFC, so a win would be able to extend that. I don't think they're going to be able to extend their winning streak because the Broncos are on a 10-game streak. It's coming to an end. Give me the away team, rather. The Green Bay Packers going into Mile High Stadium to get the win. Again, the Broncos, if this is a one-score game, the Broncos are probably going to win it. I believe they're 10-0 in one-score games this year. Insane. But Packers get the job done. I think it's going to be pretty middle of the pack scoring. Give me 27-21 Packers win. Cringy, what do you got?
Yeah, I mean, I actually thought we might have split, but I'm kind of agreeing with you. I think the Packers put a stop to them. Like I said, they've had the Broncos are a very suspect team. They've had a lot of suspect games, beating the Jets like 13-11, and then just absolutely getting blown out by the Giants, I think. And then but they came back in the fourth quarter. Like it's just ridiculous what the Broncos are doing. I mean, good team. I mean, they're winning games, but I do believe the Packers will end their 10-game winning streak. I think it'll be relatively close. I think the Packers get the win here.
Up next, we have basically a tradition in the playoffs. We have the Detroit Lions taking on the Los Angeles Rams. Campbell versus McVay, Stafford versus Goff, Puka Nacua versus Amon, St. Brown. That's if he's playing. I don't think he's been cleared to play yet. Dude, this is going to be a very, very tight ball game here. Even though the Lions have not been looking this good this year, I think the Lions are undefeated, no matter what, outside of the playoffs. I don't know what it is, but these games are always close. And I do think the Rams will get the win. They're at home. Matthew Stafford's definitely the league MVP right now. And I don't think it's particularly close. Rams win, but Lions do. I mean, they're the Lions, so I wouldn't be surprised if they win here. Rams do get it done. Cringy, what do you got?
Yeah, man, this is just a tough schedule to predict, man. Tough week. I am going to go with the Rams as well. I think regardless, this could be the win, man. Lions, they have some pretty brutal losses, but they can always be a sneaky team and get some huge wins. Rams have just been dominant almost the entire season. But I think we'll win this one in a very close game.
Up next, we have an NFC South showdown between the Carolina Panthers and the New Orleans Saints. The Panthers coming off their bye week. They did not play this past week, and they're going to be well rested for this game. I do believe Rico Dowdle is going to have a big one in this game. The Saints did beat them already once this year in kind of embarrassing fashion. And then you have the Saints, the Saints only have 3 wins on the season, but it's against the Panthers, the Buccaneers, and oh my God, I can't remember who the other team the Saints beat. But it's kind of funny that the Saints kind of beat on decent football teams. Not going to happen here. Panthers get their revenge. If they don't get their revenge, dude, I mean, the NFC South is already a disaster. So let's just make it more of a disaster from having the Panthers and Bucks lose this week. Panthers win, though. Cringy, what do you got?
Yeah, like I said earlier, I'm kind of washed. I had a perfect prediction for the Saints, but then I blew it with the Bucks. I thought the Bucks had them. But I know I was going to bring that up too. I know the Saints did beat the Panthers. I did get that right, but I think that's not going to happen this time. I totally agree with you. I think the Panthers will strike back and get a huge win over the Saints.
Up next, we have, oh my God, the Tennessee Titans taking on the San Francisco 49ers. The Titans, you guys did it. You won a football game. They allowed Shedeur Sanders to go for over 325 yards, and they still won that football game. Shout out to the Titans, showing you have resilience. Cam Ward, some good stuff. Shout out to Tony Pollard as well. Had you in fantasy, and you cashed out my parlay. Then the San Francisco 49ers, they're coming off the bye week as well. I had to double check my notes because I couldn't remember if they played last week or not. They're well rested, and Cam Ward is in trouble. 49ers are going to get this win here. This could have been the easy pick'em as well, but I decided to give Titans the benefit of the doubt because I feel like I kept giving the easy pick'em to their opponent every single week, so I had to chill a little bit. 49ers win. Cringy, what do you got?
Yeah, I got to go with the 49ers, man. I mean, as I said, a huge win for the Titans, but you also got to realize who they were playing. They were playing the Browns, but any other football team, really, maybe besides the Saints and the Jets, maybe a couple other teams, they're not really going to beat. But yeah, there should be a pretty easy win for the 49ers.
And finally, we're in the final game of the 4 o'clock window. I think there's 6 games in the 4 o'clock window this week. We had the Indianapolis Colts taking on the Seattle Seahawks. The Colts, I've been waiting to get to this part of the video. They took a really bad loss to the Jaguars. Daniel Jones is out for the year after tearing his Achilles. Riley Leonard proved that he is still bad at football. Anthony Richardson's still injured from his freak accident. So, Cringy, you know what they decided to do? They decided to go call the grandfather himself. Freaking hasn't played football since 2020. I was a senior in high school the last time Phillip Rivers played in the NFL. And he's most likely getting his start. It hasn't been official yet, but who's going to start? Riley Leonard or the future Hall of Famer, even at 44. It's kind of a no-brainer. Then you have the Seahawks. The Seahawks are one of the best teams in football. Sam Darnold is still doing his Sam Darnold type thing. We need to see him perform well. Dude, I kid you not. I saw something that if the Seahawks lose this game to the Colts, bro, they a meme with Sam Darnold seeing more ghosts. It might be seeing Phillip Rivers, dude, because that guy's old as dirt, man. You never really know. But, Seahawks get the win here. The Colts win this game with Phillip Rivers. The memes are going to be endless. There's going to be a whole lot of dang gums because Phillip Rivers doesn't swear, so that's kind of funny. And his trash talk is immaculate, bro. I'm going to be tuned in. My eyes are going to be glued to the screen to watch Phillip Rivers, bro. Give me the Seahawks to get the win, though. I'm rooting for Phillip Rivers, though. Cringy, what do you got?
Yeah, man, I'm gonna go with the Seahawks, but I'm very interested in how Phillip Rivers does play this game. It would, like I said, it'd be very funny if Colts win the game with Phillip Rivers if he does start as the quarterback, which is looking like it might happen. But I am Seahawks getting the win, but I'm very interested in what to see in this game.
And now we're entering Sunday Night Football between Why? The Minnesota Vikings taking on the Dallas Cowboys. Why are the Vikings in prime time? I don't need any more people to be roasting me on TikTok because the Vikings are bad at football. Not last week, though. They did skunk the Commanders 31-0. Why? I don't know. Dude, J.J. McCarthy actually looks solid out there. And then you have the Cowboys who are coming off I think a pretty big win. No, they lost. Sorry, they lost to the Lions. They needed to beat the Lions last Thursday. And with that being said, the Cowboys, the offense is still top 5 in the NFL. Vikings, bottom 5 defense. Cowboys get the win. It might be sneaky shootout, but I think it's going to be more like a 37-21 ball game. Cowboys get the win. The Vikings somehow win this, bro. Just F it. Just win it all and then go 9-8 to miss the playoffs. Cringy, what do you got?
Yeah, I'm gonna go with the Cowboys. I totally agree with you, man. Like, I swear, teams are just winning games when they shouldn't be winning games. And it's like, yeah, go ahead, win it all. Might as well. It's really, this season has been really like a roller coaster of emotions, I swear. But yeah, I am gonna go with the Cowboys game. I really think it's a relatively easy win, but like, I don't know, if the Vikings win this game, like you said, somehow, yeah, this is just getting out of hand at this point.
And the final game of the week on Monday Night Football, we have the Miami Dolphins taking on the Pittsburgh Steelers. The Dolphins haven't lost a game in a month and a half. Tua Tagovailoa is flipping the script. Usually he's really good in September and October and bad in November, December. Literally did a 180 this year. Like, F it, Zach. I'm going to go out there and I'm going to not turn over the ball. I'm like, oh, okay. And then you have the Pittsburgh Steelers getting a much-needed win over the Baltimore Ravens. They have that one-game advantage in the AFC North. However, I am going with the upset. I'm going to go with the Miami Dolphins to go into Acrisure Stadium to get the win and get back to 500. 7-7. Let's go, Fins. Cringy, what do you got?
It's about to be crazy to say. Well, for one thing, I'm actually going to be able to watch my Dolphins play. I don't really get any of the games anymore, but I'm going to get this one. I'm very excited to see it. But I am going to go with the Steelers. The thing is, I know they're still struggle offensive, but they really got that good defense if they show up. And I know Miami's O-line is not the greatest. But I'm gonna be honest, I want the Dolphins to win. I'm picking the Steelers, but I want my team to win this game. Because I think the 1% playoff ability, and let's get a Miami miracle. I'm just kidding. I'm dreaming. But it would be a huge win for the Dolphins to win this game. But I am going to go with the Steelers because I know they do have that really good defense, and our O-line does struggle.
And that's all we got for you this week. Me and Cringy have 3 games separating. They got the Chiefs, Chargers, Bills, Patriots, and then that Dolphins, Steelers. But let me know in the comment section, but let me know your thoughts down there. And it's NFL season's been unpredictable. Phillip Rivers is back in the NFL. The Vikings got shut out and then served a shutout. No one wants to win the NFC South or the AFC North. the Chiefs, Eagles, and Ravens, cringy, might all miss the playoffs, who didn't even... I'm pretty sure that would have started a war back at the beginning of the year, for good reason. Because if you would have said the Chiefs, Eagles, and Ravens wouldn't even make the playoffs, I'm pretty sure you would have been hung execution style. But again, enough of the negativity. I love you guys all so much. We're still on the road to 8.1K. We gained 20 subs last week. I appreciate you all for that. And other than that, it's been Zach and Cringy. We will see you all next week for week 16. But good luck to your team. Drink your water and tell someone you love them. Peace.